Tonight on the news, survivors of Lagos collapsed building in stable condition. Plus, youths again admonished to stay away from drug abuse. Good evening and welcome to NTA Lagos Channel 10 News. I am Victoria Olabode. Now the news in detail. Affected pupils and residents of the collapsed building on Itafaji Street, Lagos Island, have been responding to treatment, while some are in stable conditions at the various hospitals where they were taken to. According to Dr. Ismail Ganikale, the medical director of one of the hospitals said no new victims of the incident was brought to the hospital, while names of patients have been pasted at his hospital for easy identification by their relatives. A three-story building collapsed on Lagos Island last Wednesday, where over 20 residents, including pupils of nursery and primary school, lost their lives, with tens of others rushed to different hospitals on the island. The Lagos state government has ordered the demolition of some buildings in the area to forestall a recurrence of the situation. Nigerians, especially the youths, have been admonished to stay away from any form of drug abuse to avoid its consequences on their health. Nosa Osola, in this special report, takes a look at the negative effects of drug abuse on the potentials and productivity of the youths of a nation. His report.
A drug is a substance used for medical purposes that changes the state or function of the body. On the other hand, drug abuse is a situation when drug is taken more than it is prescribed. It could be seen as the use of illicit drugs or the abuse of prescription or over-the-counter drugs. It could further be defined as the deliberate use of chemical substances for reasons other than intended medical purposes and which results in physical, mental, emotional, or social impairment of the user. The abuse of legal drugs can happen when people use the drug in a manner other than directed by the manufacturer or purpose that are not legitimate. Drug addiction is the excessive, maladaptive, or obsessive use of drugs for non-medical purposes. It is characterized by a compulsion to take drugs on a steady basis in order to experience its mental effects. According to stakeholders, environmental influence, especially during childhood, is a very important factor in drug addiction. Parents or older family members who abuse alcohol or drugs or who engage in criminal behavior can increase children's risk of developing their own drug problems.
And these are the real evangelists of this drug abuse, because it starts from childhood. You can find out that some of this drug abuse has degenerated from higher institutions to secondary school, even to primary school.
That is a sign of the end time. That's the sign of the end time, because the Bible says the end time, perilous time shall come, a time of stress, anxiety to get money is what is reigning in the country today. We have to be praying their life should change for better. If they continue that way, all is to destruction.
They should know that wherever you start from in life doesn't determine the end. It is the attitude, your attitude to life, what you put into life, the efforts that you put into life that show success at the end. So they should believe in themselves, they should believe in God, that they can do exploits for themselves and not taking solace in drugs, maybe for power or for confidence. That's not going to take them anywhere. What would take them far is believing in them.
Thank God for Lagos State. Lagos State have a particular subject, civic education. Civic education talk about the moral, civic education go across from SS1 to SS3. Even if you are a science student, you must offer that particular subject. If you don't offer, if you are a science student, you won't offer the CRK, but you offer civic education. Civic education train you and teach you how to be morally inclined, then to exhibit positive behavior, to run away from cultism. It will teach you the consequences of the cultism, and it will tell you what to do in life in order for people to know that you are good boys and girls.
They also agreed that tackling the problem of unemployment in the country is relevant to reducing the menace of drug addiction among the youth in the society. In Lagos, Nusa Osula, NTA News.
Now on education, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, says there is no exemption on biometric verification for all candidates of the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. The board made this known in a statement signed by its registrar. Said its biometric verification will be the only mode of admittance of candidates into its examination centers nationwide, urging its officials to adhere strictly to the rules of the board. It also listed some prohibited items into the examination halls to include watches, pen or biro, mobile phones or similar electronic devices, books, calculators, smart eye lenses, earpieces, recorders, and jewelry, among others. The board recently scheduled to commence the 2019 exercise, starting with its mock examination on 1st of next month and the main examination on the 11th across its computer-based test CBT centers nationwide. NTA Lagos Channel 10 News continues after this break. Please stay with us.
The Lenten season is here again, a time of sober reflection, obedience, love, repentance, and forgiveness. NTA Lagos Channel 10 is calling on churches, clergymen, and Christians at large to share their knowledge of God's Word in areas of interest pertaining to the Lenten season, such as resurrection.
Raised from the dead is what resurrection is all about.
Peace.
There is no peace anywhere outside of Jesus.
The Holy Communion.
It gives us an opportunity to be spiritually sensitive and to be spiritually alert.
Godliness.
Are you a godly man? Are you a godly woman? To be godly, we must be spiritually fit.
And many more on our platform, The Lenten Talk. For more information and bookings, please call Henrietta on 0803 343 0169, Margaret on 0808 451 0040, and Kem on 0706 086 5487, and Fumi on 0805 396 3719. Jesus is Lord.
Hate speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
Under no conditions whatsoever should we tolerate or excuse or justify hate speech or hateful conduct of any kind, especially where such is illegal.
There's no doubt that the resurgent push for separatism, as well as the rising cases of ethnic and religious disharmony, are all traceable to the growing phenomenon of hate speech.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Thank you for staying with us on NTA Lagos Channel 10 News. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has urged the people of Kwara State to forge a common front and support the just elected governor of the state when he assumes duty. This, the minister said, is necessary to enable him remain focused in governing the state when he finally assumes office. The minister said this at an APC get-together in Ilorin. Anthony Folsom has the details.
At the meeting were party leaders, stakeholders, and a cross-section of sons and daughters of Kwara who have come from far and near to contribute to the Otogia movement, which has brought victory to the party, just as they celebrate their liberation from maladministration and bad governance. Taking turns to make observations, contributions, or outright expectations from the governor-elect, the people were quick to remind the governor-elect not to dampen the morale of the people by reneging on his campaign promises, but should carry the people along and make their welfare his priority. It is against this background that the minister called for caution in expectations. It's easier to understand He said the victory they celebrate today is as a result of a collective sacrifice made by all. The governor-elect, who took note of all observations, comments, and expectations, assured that their mandate will not be denied them, as his administration will start from the scratch. This little boy, who caught the minister's attention, had also come with a request, asking the incoming governor to pay attention to education and health. In Ilorin, the Kwara State capital,
the Nigerian Army has released the postings and appointments of some of its senior officers. A statement signed by the Acting Director, Army Public Relations Colonel Sage Musa, says the appointees include Major General H.O. Otike, who has been posted to 8th Division as General Officer Commanding, while the General Officer Commanding 8th Division, Major General S.O. Labanji, has been posted to Infantry Corps Center. Other senior officers posted to various Nigerian Army divisions are Brigadier General H.I. Butere from 34 Brigade to Headquarters Training and Doctrine Command Director Examinations, Brigadier General T.O. Olowoneye from Headquarters 33 Brigade as Director Civil Military Affairs, and many others. And now to sport news. The Under-23 Eagles are off to Bangladesh, Tunisia for the first leg of their Under-23 African Cup of Nations qualifier against Libya, billed for Wednesday at the Bangladesh Stadium. Sports correspondent Binga Oluede has more.
15 players and the officials left the International Airport Abuja on Monday morning for the game. They will be joined by 8 other overseas-based professionals for the game. Libya is still unable to play international matches at home due to after effects of the Arab Spring political turmoil that began in 2011. The Under-23 Eagles are the defending champions of the Under-23 African Cup of Nations. Africa flag bearers in the men's Olympic football tournament of Tokyo 2020 will emerge during the 3rd Under-23 African Cup of Nations to hold in Egypt in November this year. The reverse fixture will come up at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba, on Tuesday, March 26. Head coach of the team, Imana Amakwakabo, picked 12 home-based players and 11 professionals for the game. In Lagos, Binga Oluiri, NTA News.
That report ends the news. Thank you for watching NTA Lagos Channel 10. Binga Oluiri is standing by for the Yoruba translation of the news. I am Victoria Olabode, and Babatunde Abiodun has been the man on the sign language. Good evening.